is the first time I get to review an Indian film, Bhoothnath Returns, which is the sequel to the first Indian film I ever went to see in the cinema. It must have been back in 2007, possibly 2008. Well, Bhoothnath, surprisingly. Bhoothnath being the title character, who is a ghost, or Bhoot, and his name is Nat. And in the first film, he was haunting a house, new family moved in, a lot like Beetlejuice. The child could see him, no one else could. He tried to scare them, but he couldn't scare the child. Yeah, a lot like Beetlejuice, but a lot more light-hearted, and with your Bollywood style, romance, song, dance, vibrant colours, length. Yeah, you definitely get value for money with Indian films. It's the only time at the cinema that you get to go out for an interval, apart from if you're going to go and see a screening of a Shakespeare play or something, I suppose. Yeah, the sequel's very, very different. I couldn't imagine them ever making a sequel to Beetlejuice at all, never mind one which was essentially political. The plot of Bhoothnath Returns is everyone up in Ghost Town is laughing at him. This is a ghost town just for Indian ghosts. Presumably ghosts of people who died in other countries go to a different ghost town. They're all laughing at him because he couldn't scare this child in the first film. He ends up coming back to Earth to prove that he actually can scare children if he wants to. But he ends up finding another child who isn't scared of him, who can see him, and starts working with him to improve the town, to make money for the child and the child's poor mother by going to haunted houses and chatting to the ghosts haunting them. Bhoothnath ends up running for an election, and the story goes from there. It's one of those things you get in Indian films where there are about 3 or 4 different stories, and they don't run in parallel, they run in series. It all just seems to flow as a stream of consciousness, like the music in a Wagner opera, I suppose. That said, Bhoothnath Returns, there are problems with it in that as a piece of drama it kind of works. It's very charming, very funny, but it's a bit light on the songs. There are only 3, and 2 of those I don't remember very well. I certainly got some value out of it just for seeing a sequel to the first Indian film I've seen in the cinema, and that was good for me. A lot of it's very, very likeable. The strange thing about it is it's certificate PG. One of the main characters is a child, and he has some children who are his friends who are in the film with him, and yet the subject matter is very grim. About halfway through the film, there's a big display of what it's like to be a poor person in India, and it's not pretty, and it's not something that you would really want children to see. But then again, I'm talking about children in this country. Maybe if you're a child in India, you grow up with it around you all the time and it's different, so I don't know. But I found it very strange, but that's probably just because it's a film made in a different culture, in a different way. It certainly didn't stop me enjoying it. Perhaps if I were only 12 years old, I might think, well, hang on a minute, what's that doing there? And again, if I were 12-year-old living in the United Kingdom, I'd be wondering, why on earth is this film so long? Is there an interval? What's going on? This is silly, I'm getting bored now. Yeah, don't take Western children to Indian films, but if you're an adult, they're a lot of fun.